This week, President Bola Tinubu suspended all administered programs by the National Social Investment Program Agency. According to Sherwood Imohisen, Director of Information and the Office of Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the action was in light of the ongoing investigation of alleged malfeasance in the management of the agency and its programs. He said all 4 programs administered by NSPA, which are Empower Program, Conditional Cash Transfer Program, Government Enterprise and Empowerment Program, and Homegrown School Feeding Program, suspended for a period of 6 weeks in the first instance. He noted that the President has therefore constituted a ministerial panel to conduct a thorough review of the agency's operations with a view of recommending necessary reforms of the NSIPA. As you have Justice Ojenu with me, you know, this is not peculiar with this administration. This has been an ongoing issue, you know, associated with these programs, you know, the corruption, the diverting of the funds and all of that. But I want you to talk about how timely is this President's intervention to put it on hold and put a searchlight on it. How timely is it?
I think it's prompt. It's very prompt. It ordinarily not to have been earlier than this because he had to also dispatch investigators to look into it. And as an outsider, after seeing the way it was all put on hold, I think it is very, very prompt. And I think it is very, very positive too, especially when it comes to the perception of Nigerians. It is very, very unfortunate that it is in this kind of ministry that this kind of suspension is happening because a lot of people are going to be affected. But much more people are being affected by the fact that it hadn't been suspended much earlier, maybe even before this administration, because a lot of people are using it as conduits for grand larceny, which is now depriving the larger Commonwealth of what government finances, the benefits that government finances, proper government finances is supposed to afford them.
Okay, so let's talk about where and how you want this reform of this program to, you know, to start the implementation of it and all of that, you know, to make it more viable, to make it achieve what it's supposed to be for.
Okay, for me, I think that the President has made another very, very important step in the right direction by instituting a very, very high committee for the purpose of revamping the whole process. I feel that there should be a serious revamp. The data that is currently being used to take care of the various beneficiaries, I feel that to a large extent is faulty and should be overhauled almost entirely. That's number one. Number two thing, which falls within my own jurisdiction, is the matter of legal due diligence and enforcement. A lot of persons should be made to know that if your hand is caught in the till, you will be punished. It doesn't matter how high you are within the wrong, and it doesn't matter how low you are within the wrong, you will not be spared. The law enforcement, the EFCC, the Financial Fraud Unit, the ICPC will be dispatched against you. And aside from having these external enforcement, we should also have internal mechanisms within the ministry to ensure that there is regular audit and also ensuring that due process is followed to the hilt. The minister shouldn't be signing what the minister shouldn't sign. It should be the head of accounts. It should be the minister of finance that should do some things when it touches on money, and a myriad other things that can make the situation in that ministry better.
So I don't know if you agree with those that said it's not just humanitarian affairs minister or ministry that should have this such lights. I don't know if you agree with
100%. I agree with you. It's very, very unfortunate that it's the Ministry of Foreign Humanitarian Affairs that it happened to. And Jacinta, I'm sorry to also say that it is women that seem to be caught this period. It looked like, okay, it has been the men all along, but I feel that the satellite should also be beamed into various other ministries, and I'm very, very sure that some similitude of what we have seen in humanitarian affairs will also be seen in other ministries And decisive actions, as has been demonstrated with this one, should also be demonstrated with those ones.
Okay, while I want to agree with that, with you that is searchlight or whatever that is now on the women, the men too are there, and we've had to bring most of them into question. And as well, finally on this topic, can you tell us, generally speaking, how you think this program can be improved? Going forward, how can such programs be improved? Not to entertain such corruption and all of that.
Okay, first thing is, there shouldn't be personal dispatching to beneficiaries. Everything should be digitized. We should be able to forensically trace who and who is getting this money. We should also verify even the beneficiaries. We should ensure that, okay, there are no ghost beneficiaries. We should ensure that there are no people that are taking more than they deserve. We should ensure that even the contracting procedure, if we say school feeding program, for example, who are the persons getting the contracts? Is it being inflated? So all those processes and procedures should be revamped in order for us to cut down on waste, because as we are as a country, we are in dire need of extra cash, so we cannot even be wasteful of the little that we have.
Right, Justice.